Hello everyone, this is Erin. It's Tuesday, September the 20th, 2016, 9 p.m. and I've got another letter here from Schaeffer Cox dated 9/8/2016. It says, regarding letters. Dear Rudy, the nice letters keep on coming. It's wonderful. Here are a few of the highlights. 1. Jim from Spring Valley, California sent me a whole roll of pictures. They weren't of anything in particular, they were just the things he saw in his normal day. There was an old Toyota truck all covered in fallen leaves that he needed to work on. There was a half-eaten hamburger with some fries at an outdoor table. There was a forklift, a timing chain, and sprockets, a fried wiring harness, a parking lot at the feed store. Then there was this picture of him at the beach just after sunset. You couldn't tell where the ocean ended and the sky began. It was all just electric blue. He was standing on the little concrete wall on one foot with his arms and legs stretched out in all directions like he was just soaking in the freedom and the beauty. That picture made my heart chuckle with joy. Jim was so genuine in all of it, and the sky looked like you could swim right up into it. He also sent me pictures of the ice cream at the grocery store. That one is taped on my locker. He wrote stuff on the back of most of the pictures. It was like Instagram. People don't realize how much your mind and soul need to see little things like that. Your subconscious starts to revolt after years and years of never seeing the sky, just bars and concrete. I think you can send one photo postcards from flickshop.com for just a few cents plus postage. Number 2, I got Rudy's printout of the program statement for the CMU. It's all a lie. What they did was have BOP write this thing up so they could take it into court and argue about it. But BOP is not running any CMU programs that I know of. The place I'm in is owned and operated by the CTU, Counterterrorism Unit. They are not mentioned anywhere in that BOP CMU program statement. And when we FOIA request CTU records, the court throws it out, saying that non-governmental organizations are exempt from FOIA laws. So CTU is not a recognized part of the government, yet they have me in their clutches. When they moved me from BOP custody to CTU custody, I had to go down to booking and go through the full process that you go through when you get released from prison. Then they put me out a back door, and CTU took me in a side door. Nuts. This place is criminal. Number 3, I got a 5-page letter from Ursula in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. She printed pictures of my home port of Sitka, where I kept my boat. The pictures actually choked me up. I have so many great memories of Sitka. It's where I learned to surf and sail and commercial fish. I taped the pictures all over my wall, so now I see home any place I look. She also wrote a fun story about buffalo on Elk Island. Reading it made me feel alive, and her money order made me feel showed up too. I'm blessed. They do allow normal pictures in here. I'll write her when I have time after this appeal brief is in. Number 4, Stephanie from Bellevue sent a beautiful card with a simple, heartfelt prayer inside. She prayed for my release, for justice, for my family, and for mercy. Then she said, "I thank you for your obedience and sacrifices." That was perfect. That's all a guy in prison needs to hear to be fulfilled back up with strength and perseverance. Number 5, Connie wrote about her life and how she had polio at 6 months old, but God went on to bless her life. She's heard about my case, Caravan to Midnight radio show. She thanked me for basically giving my life to warn my countrymen of what's going on in America. She pledged to keep praying for me because the environmental factors are 100% static in here. I can very easily feel when people are praying for me. Number 6, Mary wrote from New York. She's part of the Patriot Mail Project. I've gotten a few letters from these people. It's hands down one of the best ideas I've seen in a long, long time. Everything about it is smart. Writing to persecuted patriots in American jails turns the empire's evil into a powerful educational tool. Disappearing people Gestapo style doesn't work if the people turn into beloved folk heroes in prison. I hope this project really catches fire. When I get out and get back to making a bunch of money, I will donate large amounts to this group. Mary's card was real nice. She asked if Sarah Palin was helping me at all. Basically, no. The same crooks from the Anchorage political clique ruined her too. But she knows me enough to know this is nonsense. Maybe things will change as my support base grows. The Patriot Mail Project will help that. Number 7, Ethel is an 86-year-old woman from Texas. She told me about how she lost her husband 6 years ago and how lonely it has left her. She was able to understand prison in a way not many could. I was humbled and comforted by her words. Number 8, Ruth is another widow, 94, who sent me a little money and a card with a sweet prayer. When the globalists choke out a country, it's widows like Ruth who suffer first and the hardest. This is why people my age have a duty to fight for justice. Number 9, Heidi sent a long letter. She was sort of sketchy about whether or not I was 100% innocent. I guess I had to laugh a little because even if I'm guilty only of a hypothetical crime in an imaginary future. Everyone agrees that I never actually did anything bad. Everyone agrees that I didn't have the capability to take over the government. What I went to trial on was whether or not I wished I could. Oh gosh, I'm sorry for laughing. This will be funny someday, but it may be a long, long time until I laugh about it. Her letter smelled like girls' soap. Nice. Number 10, Alice sent me a postcard from Carlsberg Cabins in New Mexico. I remember going there as a kid. It was so cool to go down that path into the cave for miles and miles. I was about 6. There was this place called the Bottomless Pit. I thought to my little 6-year-old self, that makes no sense at all. Even if it went clear to the other side of the world, it wouldn't be bottomless. It would just be a hole drilled all the way through a ball, the earth. Little did I know that it was that some precious critical thinking that would one day infiltrate a heart of bureaucrats and lead me to a secret prison called the CMU, whatever. The joke's still on the feds because they are all pretenders hiding from the real world. Hey, wouldn't it be funny if there was a false alarm, nuclear holocaust, and all the cream of the crop political royalty went and hid in their trillion-dollar bunker cities? We could just weld their doors shut, then broadcast disaster propaganda to keep them holed up in their hideouts, eating freeze-dried caviar for 20 years while the world enjoyed a tyrant-free golden age. I love it. Ha! That would make me laugh again. Number 11. Fred Peck sent a note saying he's contacting the NRA and some other Second Amendment groups to see if they will help. Larry Pratt with Gun Owners of America is the only Second Amendment guy who has done anything to help, but he's a great guy and a true patriot. Gun Owners of America, GOA, is our best bet. I agree with him on that, by the way. Number 12. Ms. OH from Texas sent a one-sentence note saying that for some reason she couldn't get me off her mind and that she was praying Luke 18 for me. That's the story of the persistent widow and the lazy judge. I'm so blessed to have God putting me on strangers' hearts. I really want to be faithful in this hard mission I'm on. I don't even know what it's all about yet. Well, God knows. Number 13. Julie from San Antonio dropped me a one-page letter to say how happy she was that I got to see my children. She also sent money and told me to stay strong. I will, I promise. Number 14. Donald, MD, USNR, a good old Navy man, wrote me a thank you note for my principled courage. He said he'd send some money to my fundraiser. He reminded me of what pure religion in the book of James is. This guy was short and to the point, like a shortwave radio operator. It was neat. More later from Schaeffer. You guys, I just want to say thanks so much for writing the prisoners. I know it means the world to them when they hear their names called in their dreary, gray, concrete, and very, very smelly jails. God bless you for writing and praying. Amen.